Hello children, in last lecture I taught you the formation of bonding and antibonding molecular orbitals. Molecular orbitals shown by the symbols like sigma, pi, etc. So bonding molecular orbital we can show by the symbol sigma and pi, and antibonding molecular orbital we can show the symbol by putting a X stick above the sigma and pi orbitals. When the sigma bonds are formed, when the overlapping takes place axially, means two orbitals as p orbitals are directional in nature, or they are oriented in x direction, y direction or z direction. We are considering here z axis where the orbitals are present. If two orbitals which are along the z axis are known as pz orbitals are approaching to each other, they approach according to their internuclear distance and they overlap and form the bond. In this case, two things are happen when they are approaches to each other, in the phase and out of phase. When they are approaching to each other in the phase, then anti-bonding molecular bonding molecular orbitals are formed, and when they are approaching to each other as out of phase, then anti-bonding molecular orbitals obtained. This is the along the x-axis. If as p orbital we represented along the axis, this is the z axis, this is the y axis, this is the x-axis. So the orbitals which are present along the x-axis, they are known as px orbital. Which are along the z-axis, they are known as pz orbital. Which are along the y-axis, they are known as py orbital. So if the orbitals approaching to each other along the z-axis, other two orbitals are approaches vertically or perpendicularly the x-axis, like this. P-axis, p orbitals are approaching like this and y orbitals are approaching like this. In these cases, x orbital form the sigma bond because it reaches to each other on their axis. But these orbitals are not approaching to each other along their axis. They are reaching like this manner, means perpendicular to their axis. As for this is the z axis, if this is the y axis, and py orbitals are approaching perpendicular to the z axis. This is x axis. Similarly, the y orbitals are approaching also perpendicular to the z axis. It means when px orbital approaching to each other, they form the bond, then overlapping takes place sidewise or lateral overlapping takes place. In that case, the bonds are formed are known as pi bonds. So similarly, as sigma bonds are formed are sigma bonding electron and sigma anti-bonding electrons. The pi electrons are also when formed if they are in same phase. If atomic orbitals are in same phase, then the pi bonding molecular orbitals are formed, but if they are in opposite phase or not in phase, then pi anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed. This asterisk show the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Means if the atom has 3 p orbitals, one p orbital combined with other p orbital to generate 2 molecular orbital. One is sigma bonding, other is sigma anti-bonding. The atomic orbitals which are along the x-axis also generate 2 molecular orbital, pi bonding molecular orbital and pi, as this will generate pi x molecular bonding molecular orbital and pi anti-bonding px orbital. Similarly, y orbital, py orbital also generate pi py molecular orbital and pi anti-bonding py molecular orbital. If it is second orbit, then we can write down pi 2 py, pi 2 py, and it is pi 2 px, pi 2 px orbital. Means each p orbitals when combining with other p orbitals generate 2 new p molecular orbitals. It means same number of molecular orbitals are formed by combining 2 molecular orbitals, by combining the same number of atomic orbitals. Now the energy level of these orbitals. As in general, the homonuclear diatomic molecule means from hydrogen, lithium, boron, beryllium, they all have the energy level diagram like 1s2, sigma 1s2, sigma anti-bonding 1s2, then sigma 2s2, then sigma anti-bonding 2s2, then pi, as we are going through the x-axis, means p orbitals are moving along the x-axis we considered. So we can write down pi 2px, pi 2py as they have less energy, then sigma 2pz, then pi anti-bonding 2px, pi anti-bonding 2py, sigma anti-bonding 2pz. As I explained you just now that px and py orbitals are of same energy, only their orientation is different. P orbitals which are along the x-axis and which are along the y-axis, their orientation are different, but they are having the same energy. So after forming the molecular orbitals, they form the same type of or having the same energy molecular orbitals are formed. That's why we are keeping it together. Similarly, this one. This is for general, but for oxygen, fluorine and neon molecule, their sigma 2pz orbital has comparable energy to sigma 2s orbital. Sorry, sigma 2s orbitals. And because of this, in the case of oxygen, fluorine, neon, because of the energy of sigma 2s antibonding orbital and sigma 2pz orbitals are considerably very high, or they have the energy difference very large. That's why these two orbitals are not interact to each other. And lack of interaction tends to stabilize the resulting sigma 2pz molecular orbitals, and this is why sigma 2pz is of lower energy as compared to the pi 2py and pi 2px orbitals. So in this molecule case, oxygen, fluorine and neon, we have to shift because this orbital 2pz orbitals has lower energy than the pi 2px, pi 2py. That's why for this energy level diagram is like has changed, and it is like this: sigma antibonding 2s, then we put this sigma 2pz orbital. After this, same way, pi 2px, pi 2py, then pi antibonding 2px and pi antibonding 2py and sigma antibonding 2pz. So remember, this is case of other elements from atomic number 1 to 10, but this is the case of the element of oxygen, fluorine and neon molecular orbital energy level diagram. When we fill the electron in this orbit, we will follow these energy level pattern. Now next topic is bond energy.